Hi there Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 8th of August. The Sun continues in the part of your horoscope that's to do with how you interact with others, how you relate and at times also compete. But of course Mercury and more recently Venus have relocated to join up with Jupiter in the very deep and most passionate part of your scope, the 8th house, which can be to do with ends but also beginnings. And this week, a taste of that 8th house energy is certainly going to be echoing around your situation. Venus is squaring up with Mars, and I think it's possible that because Mars moved also last week, that this could see you thinking a lot more about someone in your immediate circle of friends, and perhaps from a more passionate viewpoint. If you're fortunate enough to be in a relationship where you kind of have the same aims for the future, if it's a long-term romantic tie, there could be some sparks between you and yours, but you can also make up in the time-honoured way. But if you are footloose and fancy-free, this attraction or mesmerisation towards someone close to you may take on a new energy, and they may seem almost irresistible. But because Mercury is in this area too, and forging a confusing link with Neptune still, and also angling sharply to your traditional ruler of Saturn, I do feel that there's a possibility that you could be tempted to go against your natural values, or could encounter someone who tries to dominate you on their terms. So just proceed with a little bit of caution. However, there is a quarter moon on Wednesday. This is a bit more clear cut, because the quarter moon's at the top of your horoscope, your feelings can be very close to the surface, and you could be much more sensitive about all sorts of relationships, but particularly on the professional front. If you are having an interview or doing a presentation in the second half of this week, you may find yourself almost tempted to try a little bit too hard to impress. Try to resist this. Be absolutely true to yourself, while staying mindful of what's expected of you, which is a bit of a talent in itself. But if you do this, I think you're going to come across in a much more authentic way. Someone you encounter may be a bit sceptical about some of what you say, but stay cool. By the end of this week, your traditional ruler Saturn ends a 5.5 month backward journey. If during that period of time there has been some changes around your friendships or long-term hopes and aspirations, it wouldn't be a surprise. And particularly more recently, as the grinding right angle with Neptune has been very enervating, and it's possible has had an impact on your financial situation too. But Saturn going forwards and the arrival of Mars, once it shrugs off this short right angle with Venus, I do feel is going to start to rebuild your enthusiasm. And there is a real spark that can come forwards, especially in terms of your goals and what's really important to you in terms of your overall life existence. But there is that collection of energy building up in the 8th house, which is passionate. It pulsates around the heavens a lot more as this month goes on. And it does speak about much more intimate relationships. It does speak about some endings and some new beginnings, but potentially also about a breakthrough around your long-term financial situation, which could happen in week 3. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.